Now, the reason you cannot win is that you've been locked into this low level of a real-life monopoly game. You do not own and control enough of wealth. See, in 1860, when you were 98% slaves, you had an ownership of 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth in 1860 on the eve of the Civil War. And here you are 140 years after slavery when you're supposedly 100% free and you still only have 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth. You cannot compete. The typical average white person in America has 3,500 times more money than you have.
You have not moved one iota in acquiring the most significant and the most important thing in our society. It is not civil rights. It is not integration that's going to give you equality and equal opportunity.
Racism has nothing to do with attitudes, with prejudice, and with bias. Racism is a competitive group contest between people for resources and for superiority. And racism is a race without a finish line.
Doesn't have anything to do with voting. That's an intellectual masturbation process. Not one president, not one candidate for public office ever get up and say, here's what I'm going to do for black folk. Consequently, nobody's ever stood up and said, here's what black folk are going to get. You're talking about the candidates. The first thing these black folks should be asking is not what candidate you're going to vote for. Who cares? What you should be asking is, what are you going to get? If you ain't getting a damn thing, why are you voting?
No black gave up his life to vote. He might have had his life taken from him, but he didn't give it up. I'm not going to vote for anything, anybody, any candidate, any political party, unless they commit and tell me specifically and solely what you're going to do for black folk.
But the two things that are hurting us, we don't have any resources. The second thing you don't have is they stole your social cohesiveness. You either play as a team or you lose by default.
That's why you all can't get ahead. You all play as individuals. And you listen to these black activists on the streets saying, we're not a monolithic people. He's wrong. Wealth and power follows the numbers. You haven't got a lot of blacks with you, pooling your money, pooling your votes, pooling your interests, pooling your labor. Then other people will pick you clean and cherry pick you.
You as black folk are not guests in America. You are not guests on this earth. You walk on sacred ground paid for by the blood, sweat, and tears and suffering, sacrificing of millions of black people.
You are special people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like you are. Black folk were the economic engines that drove the development of this nation.
You're the first original people on earth. You're the first people in this country. You're the only people denied the right to own property, denied to have the fruits of your labor. The only person denied the right to have an education, denied the right to be married and have children, or to be able to have weapons, tools, and lands and animals. But you're the only people that's fought in every war this country's ever been in. Everybody else in this country, I don't care what their racial, ethnic extraction is, they have fought this country. This country owe you. They owe you. And that's what I want you to start demanding from them.